Hi, this is Caitlin Bernabusi, and after checking out quite a few games that I either couldn't figure out how to use or didn't keep my interest, I found this game called Coma that I really was surprised by how beautiful I found it. It's very artistic, and there's definitely a storyline going on here. It's a little bit confusing, but I think that might even be the point of this game. It seems like there's a child figure. His name is Pete. He's the little um, blob creature. Hi, this is Caitlin Bernabusi, and after checking out quite a few games that I either couldn't figure out how to use or didn't keep my interest, I found this game called Coma um, that I really was surprised by how beautiful I found it. It's very artistic, and there's definitely a storyline going on here. It's a little bit confusing, but I think that might even be the point of this game. It seems like there's a child figure. Hi, this is Caitlin Bernabusi, and after checking out quite a few games that I either couldn't figure out how to use or didn't keep my interest, I found this game called Coma that I really was surprised by how beautiful I found it. It's very artistic, and there's definitely a storyline going on here. It's a little bit confusing, but I think that might even be the point of this game. It seems like there's a child figure. His name is Pete. He's the little um, blob creature in the middle of the screen, and he's running through this game and has some interactions with a couple of different characters. But it seems like he's kind of confused on where he is too. So there's a question of maybe he is either in a coma or just waking up from a coma. The way that I interpret it is that he is actually in a coma and possibly experiencing um, having some input from the outside world and whatever goes on with your own mind while you're in a medically induced coma and whatever medications you're on, the world that it takes you to is kind of interactions between all different um, stimuli and your memories and your present. So this is Pete, and the commands to run the game are very simple. You can move right, left, and the up key is a jump. Will get Pete to jump, which is critical because he needs to jump. Throughout the game, there are lots of things you can interact with. The piano is a key piece of the game that we'll come back to later. So we're not going to let Pete play the computer or play the piano now. So the setting for the first scene is a dark home with tall ceilings, creepy music, a lot of words scrawled out on the walls. At the top of the page here, you see this world is a lie, kind of cryptic. I'm not really sure what that means yet. Definitely Pete is a child because he likes to jump on furniture. Pete goes up the stairs and passes another sign, ring the doorbell, clearly written by a child, doors spelled wrong. Um, the first character that Pete meets is his bird, who ends up being his friend throughout the entire journey. And the bird tells him that his father, in addition to locking him in the cage, also locked his sister in the basement to starve her to death. So throughout this, part of Pete's mission is to capture his sister. So there's definitely some commentary going on about this relationship the child has with his family, his father, his sister, potentially some other people in his life. His father definitely has some kind of abuse problem. It seems like he's a little bit on the tough side. When he asks Pete to go unclog a drain behind the house, Pete says no, and the father says that he'll kill him if he doesn't do it. So not a nice, warm and fuzzy father figure. I was really stunned by the graphics in this game. It has a very surreal, dreamlike quality. There's a lot of movement throughout the entire game, and the flowers. I mean, as Pete runs by the flowers, they sway with him. The birds constantly dropping feathers. It looks like there's a lot of interaction that happens. You have these flags blowing. You have these dandelions blowing in the wind. Pete can, as another friend of his, Pete can jump and squash these pumpkins, kind of playful. Um, not a real big point to this, but definitely childhood playful, just interacting with his world around him. So as the game goes on, Pete interacts with a bunch of different characters. The scenes change from these light, airy outside looks to the, I always have trouble with this jump, so experienced here in my gaming, to a darker underground level where he finally meets this character who tells him that it's a lie about his sister, that she's not really trapped. So Pete's trying to figure out this world. He's not so clear on what's happening. It makes it a little tough for the um, gamer to figure out what's going on too, but definitely having some kind of thought process and experience, and Pete is trying to figure out how to save his sister, help his father, avoid his father. And has a little bit of a choose your own adventure feel to it too, because you can say yes or no to a lot of the questions that the different characters ask you.